Morning, Primary 1. It's time for your second phonics lesson. Now, last week you learned a new sound, and the sound that you learned was A. And this week we've got a new sound to learn. But before we do any new sounds, I think we should practice our super speedy sounds to warm up our brains and get our brains thinking. And today what I've done is I've actually split our super speedy sounds into two packs. I've got one pack that are just sounds all by themselves, and then I've got another pack that are special friend sounds. Okay, so we're going to start with our single sounds. Are you ready? Remember, you're going to try and say the sound before I move on to the next one. Ready, go. Well done. That was a lot of sounds to remember. Now let's try our special friends sounds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop our new set 2 sound, A, into the pile from last week. Okay, so let's give these ones a try as well. Are you ready? Well done. And we finished with our sound that we learned last week, which was A. Okay, now we've warmed up our brains, we are ready to start learning our next new sound. And remember I said last week that now all the sounds that we learn are all special friend sounds. Okay, so the one that we're learning today has got 2 letters, but they make one sound. Our new sound today is E. Your turn. E. Your turn. One more time. E. Very good. And E, it's a very stretchy long sound, isn't it? E. Look at how my mouth changes when I make it. E. Let's have a look at our picture card for this week. Here it is. The boy with the yellow cap is asking the other boy, what can you see? E, what can you see? Can you try that? E, what can you see? Good job. Now let's see if we can think of some words that have the E sound in them. It can be quite a tricky one to think of. Maybe you could try and tell a grown-up just now if you can think of any words with the E sound. But I've also got a visitor with me today who's going to help us with some E words. Do you think you know who it might be? Oh, I'm sure you've guessed it. It's Fred. Fred's back. Can everyone say hi to Fred? H-E-L-O. Hello. I think Fred's happy to see you all again, isn't he? So Fred's going to help us today to think about some words that have the E sound in them. Let's see what words he's got for us. S-E. See, that's right. S-E, see. What can you see? Well done. Let's try another one. B-E. Bee. There was a bee buzzing around the garden. B-E-B. Have you got another word for us, Fred? S-L-E-E. Sleep, that's right. S Sleep. Sleep. Well done. Have you got any more? Keep. 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 Let's keep practicing our sounds. Let's see if we've got another one. Oh, 4 sounds. G-R-E-N. Green. Well done. Fred is the colour green, isn't he? Let's try and do Fred talk. Say the word. G-R-E-N. Green. Have you got one more for us, Fred? Yes. Yeah, yes, he does. That's not got the E sound in it, has it? But yes, he does have one more word for us. Shall we see what it is? Oh, it's got 3 sounds this time. This is actually quite a tricky one. It starts with quite a tricky sound. Are you ready to listen? E. 3. The number 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we know that saying the number 3 is quite a tricky one because the special friend sound that comes at the start is the f sound. And we don't say f, do we? Because we could say free, but that would be a different word completely. That means if something is free, you don't have to pay for it. But the word that Fred told me was the number 3. So that has to be the one where we stick our tongue out in between our teeth. E. 3. Well done. So now we've had a chance to think about some words that have the E sound in them, and now we know how to say the sound. We're needing to learn how to read the sound, aren't we? So we know that on this side of the card, we have E, what can you see? But when I turn it around, this is what our special friend sound looks like this week. And what do you spot? Eh. We've got 2 together. So it's like a double eh, isn't it? And those 2 letters, when we see 2 ehs together, that makes the E sound. Okay, so when you see this side of the card, you know what to say. We're going to say E, but if you see me turn it to this side, you're going to say, what can you see? So on this side, we're just going to do E, and on this side, what can you see? Are you ready? Let's go. I'm trying to trick you. Let's do one more. E. Well done. You can read the E sound. Can you say, I can read the E sound? Okay, I think you know what's coming next. There's our mini one. Okay, there's our E sound, special friends. It's going to go into the pack, and then we're going to try super speedy sounds. And remember, when you see this sound come into the front of the pack, you need to point and say E nice and loudly. Okay, so I'm going to pop it into the pack. I'm going to hide it away. There it is, it's away in. I wonder where it is. Are you ready to start with the first sound? It's going to come around the corner. Ready, go. E. Well done. Oh, just air by itself. I put that one in deliberately to try and trick you. Remember, that's that one, isn't it? Two more. E. Well done. Super speedy sounds. Can you tell somebody at home? Super speedy sounds. The next part of our lesson is where we use our green cards to try and do some word time and to try and read some E words that we might see. Okay, so remember what we do is we look at the word and we try and use the dots and the dashes to sound it out, and then when I push it in front, that's when you're going to say the word. Okay, I'll do this one for you to show you what I mean. S, E, C. Let's try the next one. What special friends can we see in this one? Oh, there's two. We've got F and E, haven't we? Let's try and do Fred talk first. E. 3. Good. Here's the next one. We've got one set of special friends here, just our E sound. Let's try and sound it out. Sleep. Sleep. Special friends in this one? Yeah, we've got one set in the middle, E. Let's sound it out. S-E-N. Seen. Good. G-R-E-N. Green. Last one. B-E-N. Been. I have been on holiday. Okay, everybody, what I've done now is instead of seeing our cards with the dots and the dashes on it, I'm going to flip them round to the other side where there's no dots and dashes. And what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and read the words without those parts. Now, this is a little bit new for us, and this is what we would call using Fred in our head. So we're still going to think about our Fred talk, but what we want to do to try and get ourselves a little bit more confident with our reading is to try and think about the sounds in our head before we say them. Okay, I will show you what I mean with the first card. C. In my head, I was thinking S-E, C, but I didn't say it out loud. But if you still need to say it out loud, that's absolutely fine, because that's the best way to practice, and that's the way we're going to get more confident. Okay, so I will help you with this one today, and we'll see how we get on. Bean. Green. Seen. Sleep. Three. And back to the one at the start. C. Well done. Okay, everyone. Now that we have had a practice of reading words that have the E sound in them, it's now time to get our Fred fingers out again to try and do some writing, and to use our Fred fingers to count the sounds in the word and to try and write some E words. Okay, so some of the words that I am going to help you practice just now might be ones that are in your spelling list for this week, but there will be words in your spelling list that I maybe don't go over at the moment, so you can work on those yourself after this video. The first word we're going to try and write is the word see. I can see you. Let's count the sounds. S-E, see. The first sound is S, and then the next sound is E, our new special friend sound. S-E, see. Let's write it down. So that was the word see. S-E, which was an E and an E, wasn't it? See. The next word is been. I have been to London. Let's try and write the word been. We will need to count the sounds. B-E-N. It's got 3 sounds. Let's pinch our Fred fingers. The first sound at the beginning is B, 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 B. What was the sound in the middle? B, E. The E sound. B, E and the N sound, n, b, e, n, bean, b, e, n, bean. Let's write that one down. So the word we're going to write is bean, b, e, n. I'm going to just write it underneath the word C. B, and then the E sound, 2 S's, and then the last sound was n, bean. The next one I know is some of your favourite colour. It's the word green. Let's count the sounds. G, E, n. Green. 4 sounds. The sound at the start was G, E, n. Green. So that was the word green. Quite a tricky one. It's got quite a few sounds in it, that one. The first sound is G. And I need to watch this sneaky little that creeps in there. Gr, E, n. Green. The next word I am going to try and write for you is the word seen. The little boy thought he had seen a monster, but it turned out to just be a dream. So the word I'm going to try and write is seen. S-E-N. Seen. The first sound, S. The middle sound, E. The last sound, N. S-E-N. Seen. I'm going to write that one down. The word next was seen. S-E-N. Seen. So the first sound was S. E-N. Seen. The last word I'm going to try and write for you today is the word sleep. Let's go to bed and get some sleep. Let's count the sounds. S-L-E-P. Sleep. S-L-E-P. Sleep. I'm going to try and write that one down now. So this is the last word, and it was sleep. A wee bit of a longer word. S-L-E-P. Sleep. Well done, everyone. You've tried really hard listening to your new sound, the E sound. And some of those words that I was writing down might be in your spelling list this week, but there might be some different ones as well. So if you go to your group planner, that will either be on our website or our Teams page, you will find the words that I would like you to try and practice writing this week. Okay, and one of the instructions is to try and make your words at home. Maybe if you've got some Play-Doh, you could use that at home to try and make the words. And if you don't have any Play-Doh, you could maybe do something messy like writing your words in some shaving foam, or you could use some sand or some salt and lay it all out and then try and write your words in that as well. And I look forward to seeing some pictures of what you do. Today we have learned how to read and write the E sound. So can you say, I can read and write the E sound? Well done. I hope you enjoyed learning your E sound, and I will see you again next week for another new sound. Bye for now.